Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are plastic welding. Some of these plastics have very fine cracks in them, so we will go through the process of welding up the cracks and then preparing them for paint. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are doing plastic welding. Now mainly I'm going to focus on this part right here. This is the top headset cover of a Yamaha Jog Pelican. Now this one had a hole in it in this area here. Now I'm going to overlay some footage of what it looked like before. Now that hole, some have them, some don't have them. This one I didn't need it, so I took the opportunity to weld that hole up. Now I'm going to take you through the process of exactly how I did that. And then at the end, I'm going to show you the process of how I repaired the cracks in this area here and a crack up here on the nose cone. Hey guys, I just want to take a quick moment to shout out to those people that have taken the time to subscribe to my channel. All those little likes, all those little comments that you guys leave really help the channel grow. The channel's sitting at about 423 subscribers, so if you're watching and you've seen it a few times and you haven't taken the moment to subscribe, please do me a favor, click that subscribe button down below, because those subscriptions will help the channel grow massively and reach a wider audience. Thanks for all the support, guys. You guys are all legends. Cheers. Alright, so here you can see my little plug that I've made fits in there quite nicely, but before we go ahead and weld it in there, we do have to clean it all up. So you don't want any painted surfaces, so very important to go inside. You can see there is a bit of paint there. You want to clean the paint off the plug as well, and that's when you're ready to weld. So don't cut it so it fits perfectly in just yet. You want it a little bit big because you might widen it out a little bit here. Alright, now we've got it sanded, we've got it prepped, and we've got our plug. Now I like to weld from the back first, so to do that, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of tape, work out the orientation that you want the plug. So I'm pretty happy with it there. And I'm just going to stick the plug to the tape like so. Alright, so that's looking pretty nice now. That can't really go anywhere. Okay, so here is the little gun that welds the little staples in, and in my hand here are the selection of staples that you get. You usually get about 50 of each, so 50 of these squiggly ones, these M or W shaped ones, the V shaped ones, and then a tiny squiggly one. These two here are probably the most commonly used staples that I've used anyway. They seem to get the job done most of the time. But for this little project here, I'm going to use two of these little squiggly ones. I think they'll get the job done the best. Alright, so here I've got the piece that I'm working on set up nicely. I've put something hard underneath it so I can't push through. It's set up nicely that I can do the job. So first thing I'm going to do is load the staple into the staple gun. Now make sure that it's not hot because you will burn your fingers. Plug the staple gun in and basically pull the trigger. Now you notice when I pull the trigger, the little light comes on and there's the smoke, and there he goes red hot. So that's basically it. Hold the trigger till it goes red hot, then staple it in place. Now you want to practice a bit first, work out exactly where you want those staples to go to get the best coverage, and then figure it out from there. So I've already done that, so we'll heat it up. All right, there you go, it's red hot. Take your finger off the trigger and staple in place. Take off, voila. Let it cool down a little bit because it is pretty hot. Plan your next move. So my next move is probably going to go there. So again, it's already cooled down a bit now. Load the staple. Turn him on, get him hot. Doesn't take long at all. Voila. Beautiful. Now we can move the piece around. It's all welded in place. It's looking pretty good now. And this is what it looks like on the other side. Now that should be nice and flush, which it is. Now we do have these little tails left. So take a pair of side cutters, cut them off. You might want to close your eyes or wear goggles for this because they shoot up everywhere. Alright, now that's a nice strong weld. That's not going anywhere. That is locked in place forever. Alright, now we go to work on this side of the piece. Now you notice we do have these little holes. So you can get a bit of filler rod and you can fill these holes in, or you can nicky straight over them if you wish. I'm going to try and fill them in a little bit. The more plastic that I've got touching plastic, I think the better. Alright, so for this next piece we're going to fill it in here. Alright, so we're going to try and fill up these gaps. Now to do that, I just broke a piece of this old plastic off. So for you guys that have got old junked up plastics, don't throw them all away. Save some of them because they are pretty good for this job. And this is that piece that I broke off. It was sitting here or something like that. Anyway, so what you want to do is clean off all the paint again, prepare it the same way, and with your soldering iron you can start joining the two together. Right, there you go, it's filling that hole nicely. Just melt it in there, fill the gap. Awesome, so that gap's now filled. But I'm just going to go over it and make sure it's really melted in there nicely. Now it's worth noting you can also use a cable tie if that's all you've got, but generally the best material to use is the same material that you already have. So now that's in there, we'll have a look what the other side looks like. There you go, it's all looking pretty good. We can also weld in the other side as well. There you go, just a few little tacks. A few little tacks make all the difference. Looking fantastic. Alright, now I'm pretty confident that's never gonna break out. So we'll sand this down, make it all nice and smooth, and see how it looks. That looks absolutely fantastic. We could melt in a little bit more just to fill out those little pinholes, but a little bit of Nicky or bog, or what you Americans call Bondo, that will smooth that out nicely. Very good. Moving on from the headset, we've got the front nose cone here. Now, I've already done the repairs in this area here and up here, but basically I'll overlay the footage and you can see radiating out from this center hole, there's all these cracks. Now that's caused by someone over tightening it. Now you can't really just paint over these cracks. You can't just put a bit of filler on them. They will always come back. The only way to do it is plastic weld it from behind. So I'm going to take you guys through the process, some footage that I've done, and you will see the repairs taking place on this panel as well. Okay, now that the plastic welding's done, it's time to prep them for paint. Now, I've pretty much already done that. It involved sanding them down all the way to 400, but I still have to put the filler in. So I'm going to put a bit of a skim of filler up here, around here, and in that area here where we welded up that hole.
Five minutes later.
Alrighty, that's all done now. All the repairs are complete. They've been finished to 180 grit on the sandpaper. That's this panel and this panel. Everything else, this one here, everything else has been finished up to 1200 grit. That's this one here and the little front door for the spark plug. From here, these parts have got to go get primed. They get another treatment of sandpaper up to 1200 grit, just like this guy here, and then we can throw some paint on them. So with that being said, that's all the body work done now on this little Yamaha jog. The next time you're going to see them, they should all be a nice shade of whatever color it is that I do it in. And that is that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the comments that you guys give, all the likes. It really makes the channel grow, and I really appreciate the support. See you on the next video.